Hey folks, in part 2 of the Mongolia vlog, today we're heading deep into the Gobi desert to a camel herders festival. We're heading to the gorgeous Flaming Cliffs, and then we're heading back to the other side of the capital UB to the Terelj National Park, and we're going to be doing some dog sledding with huskies. Stick around. Hello puppy. At 1.5 million square kilometers or 600,000 square miles, Mongolia is the 18th largest and most sparsely populated country in the world, with a population of under 3 million people. Around 30% of the population are still nomadic or semi-nomadic, and these traditional tents or gears are easily packed up and moved. A couple of men can set one up from scratch in just a few hours, so it's no surprise the tradition of moving from season to season still exists. And there's a lot of communities and families that are based around camel herding. So when there is a festival like this one, a lot of families get together, and it's the one time of year they actually all meet up. And they have a series of different events, including most handsome camel, best camel husband and wife couple on the day. They play different games, and they have a range of different length races.
Oh, they're so tiny.
They're twins, these ones.
Twinsies.
Watching them play polo on the back of the camels was pretty amazing. They're not the most graceful animals, and when they're doing fast bursts of action, it was really shaky and scary to watch, but pretty cool. Mongolia is home to the wild Bactrian camel. Now, there's not that many of truly wild ones, but there are loads of them farmed. And whilst the Mongolian culture is more rooted in horses, camels still play a really vital part in their traditions. Seeing it from the ground is one thing, but from above was really amazing.
It's like yogurt. Can I drink more?
Being New Year, they invited us to join in the celebrations and drink some of the fermented camel milk.
We give the goblet with the song, you know.
Okay.
We give it and say this with the song. That's another.
Come on, loser. Next up, we headed deeper into the Gobi Desert to Bayanzag, or known as the Flaming Cliffs. These beautiful mountain range or cliffs in the middle of nowhere just raise up out of the desert, and they're especially beautiful at sunset, which is the time, of course, we go, being that this is a photography tour. As the setting sun hits them, they just glow red. Now, another thing that made this area famous is there's been a lot of dinosaur egg and fossil discoveries there, including specimens of the Velociraptor. Next up, we headed back towards UB and headed across to the Terelj National Park. Beautiful national park, totally frozen out at this time of year, but perfect because we were coming to do some dog sledding.
Hello, puppy. Hello. Why are you crying? Why are you crying? Why are you crying, hey? Yeah, you want some love too? Yeah, you are a shaggy dog. He's a shaggy dog, hey? I think there's a person in there somewhere.
So the river had actually frozen through solid, and it was a perfect track for the dogs to take us on a ride. So each of the groups of dogs are split up. It's generally the strongest dogs at the back, the smartest ones towards the front, and then the lead dog is always the alpha. You might notice that the lead dog, most of them are just laying down relaxing. It was really interesting. Whilst the others yelped and jumped and play fought, excited to run, the alpha just laid and relaxed, knowing, I guess, that he's the big boss. Now, of all the dogs, there's actually one alpha to rule them all, and the owner was explaining to me it's actually half wolf. I checked it out and it was incredibly calm and actually was fine to be petted even, but I didn't do it without the owner being around. But one of the guests on our tour actually saw an attempted coup. The second in command dog of the wolf alpha nipped it trying to play fight. The alpha stood up, cocked its leg, and just emptied its bladder all over the number 2 dog. Head, face, body, just kept peeing for like 15 seconds as the other dog started to whimper and cower on the ground. Then it stretched again and laid back down on the ground. So after an energizing afternoon of traditional dog sledding on a frozen river, what better way to finish the afternoon than another random dance party in the middle of nowhere?
He's gonna end in a fall.
So after our second dance party of the trip, we took a hike up into a temple up in the mountains. It was a bit of a long walk, but it was really worth it for the scenery and some beautiful pagodas. Down in the pagoda, we span the wheel to get a number, and then there's some little fortune or advice or hocus pocus malarkey. Mine was fabulous number 86. Here we go.
What number are you?
With the knowledge that the mind is with an out, an end, or a middle, no identity of the mind is perceived. What is thoroughly realized by the mind, too, is realized as being empty. Oh dear God, I always knew it was true.
Mongolia is an amazing country and I've had just an awesome trip. We'll definitely be back. We're already planning our next photography tour to lead here in 2018 and beyond. Thanks for watching. Please do like and subscribe. We've got more travel videos coming soon.